Hey, what is going on? What is going on? This is, you already know what the fuck it is. Man, been a long day. It's hot than a motherfucker outside. And you talking about an irritated motherfucker, boy. Shit, it's hot as fuck outside. And I'm tired of these motherfuckers with this clown-ass pro-allegedly virus. Man, just so much going on. Man, what is going on? What is going on? Shout out to all my people that's handling business and at the corporate plantation. I just got off there too much not long ago. Man, you talking about a motherfucker that's over it? Well, you looking at him. Shit, for real. You talking about, I wish I had some generational wealth. Why I couldn't have no fucking rich distant auntie or cousin or somebody that has some motherfucking money, cause I would be the fuck out of here. For real. I'll be reading at a bookstore, chilling. For real. These motherfuckers, they try your patience at these goddamn corporate plantations. Not just that. Man, I ain't never been around so many people. I'll get to that in a minute. I just ain't never been around so many people that like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, and doing what the fuck they need to do. Shout out to all you motherfuckers. I ain't giving no props to no finessing motherfuckers. I'm tired of motherfuckers sitting around the house not doing shit while niggas like us got to get up and go to do some slave labor. So shout out to motherfuckers that's really on code. And I'm not talking about motherfuckers like, man, I don't see no racism. Those are Sambo motherfuckers. And they goddamn coon memory card done activated. Fuck out of here, man. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. I hate seeing that shit all day, every day. And you get the worst of them at these motherfucking jobs, man. So shout out to motherfuckers that's really handling business and doing what they need to do. And fighting a good fight. And fighting a good fight don't mean you walking out the job and acting no fool. Fighting a good fight is just not smiling with motherfuckers and getting in there and doing what the fuck you need to do and getting the fuck away from these people. That's what it means. So if that's you, then more power and much respect to you. Shit. Shout out to all you dumb motherfuckers out there too that's acting like, well, if I don't talk about racism, I'm not gonna affect my white friends. Fuck you and your white friends, motherfucker. Tired of that shit too, man. So many Sambos and coons. That shit is getting disgusting, man. Real. And that's exactly why these dominant society motherfuckers act the way they act. So shout out to the real motherfuckers, the real niggas that's doing what the fuck they need to do. Stop putting your trust and hope and prayers in black celebrities. For real. And shout out to everybody that's understanding what this COVID-19 is really about. And like right now I'm drinking this ginger tea and turmeric with some raw honey. So that's what I'm doing. So shout out to all y'all motherfuckers on your little health shit. I'm not healthy all the time, but I try to be as healthy as I can be. So shout out to y'all that's out there handling business. Shout out to the niggas that's on the Tahuti My Ira. I'm trying to buy as many vitamins as I can of his, man. Cause the shit is about to get real on the field and hard on the yard. Straight up. Hey. Let me cut this shit down, man. Man, just so much going on, man. I see the shit about Breonna Taylor, man. That's why I just wanted to talk about it, man. I ain't really going to talk about shit that's popping. I want to talk about this, man, because I'm over this shit. It just remind me of, like, how vile, and that's why we need to be on code. We got to be on code. Because this shit is real. And the reason why I say we got to be on code is because they basically killed Breonna Taylor for nothing. They had the wrong information. They didn't know what the fuck they was doing. Just kicked in the door with a no-knock warrant. They didn't give a fuck. She wasn't even dating the dude that y'all thought she was. Just stop it, man. And then one of the main reasons why I'm irritated too is, man, because when you on Twitter, you get a chance to see how these white people really think, even though I already know it from reading the books, but some of the shit I be hearing, it's like no white person on this planet will ever take accountability for racism, white supremacy, and slavery and what it has done for this country financially. And you see all these white people with all this wealth and shit, and you be like, well, damn, how'd they get it? And they'll tell you, oh, I worked hard for it. Well, you were allowed to work hard. You think it's hard work in this system of racism, white supremacy. That shit ain't no fucking hard work. Nigga, hard work is what black folk deal with all day, every day. That's hard work, nigga. So I'm gonna talk to my black brothers and sisters too, man. Y'all motherfuckers get to cooning and samboing and acting like some Sambo Steven from Django telling about the gun line ass niggas, man. Get the fuck away from me, man. I hate that shit, man. That's what I hate. And I'm tired of motherfuckers caving for if you got dominant society friends, if they can't understand, then they not your friend. If they can't understand what you got going on, they not your friend. Cause you read the shit you see and you like, damn. And then you look, not only was Derek Chauvin a motherfucking murderer, and he killed motherfucking an unarmed black man, just kneeled on his neck and killed him with no problem. This motherfucker was a tax evader too and not paying taxes and running all kinds of schemes and shit. But no, we ain't gonna say nothing about that at all. You know, it's just like it's almost like George Floyd didn't even exist. To me, Breonna Taylor didn't exist. Now he's just now coming out to all this other shit that they was doing crooked. And it's like, well, what the fuck, man? That's why I tell people, let's just get on code. Let's stop going out our way to try to explain to people what racism and white supremacy is. They know what the fuck it is, man. Go back on YouTube and look at Malcolm X's debates. Go look at fucking Dr. Francis Cress Welsing debate people. They know what the fuck racism is, man. They know what the fuck it is. It's just black folk cooning and buck dancing and samboing and acting like it don't exist because it's benefiting them. That's why it's like, why do y'all get all upset at these people? These people been this way. That's why we got to get on code, man. These people been like this, man. These people are not finna change how they feel. Slavery is, as my brother told me, slavery already showed us how they feel, and they're not gonna change how they feel after they did us the way they did us in slavery. They're not gonna change it. That's the most realest shit I heard. Straight up. That fucked me up. He's like, Warren, look, man, after slavery, the white Jewish community, along with all the other white people, they'll never change how they feel after what they did to us in slavery. So why would they ever change it? That's a fact. And that was all I needed to know. And I've been kind of in a bad mood ever since, man, because I was like, damn, this nigga is right. Oh, what's going on, Tasha? I see you, man. For real. We got to get on code. I'm going to keep putting, we got to be on code. Look, Ghislaine Maxwell's on code with Donald Trump. They throwing so many things at you, you don't even know. Motherfuckers is like, it's like what this bitch did don't even exist. But what R. Kelly did, they kept putting it in front of our face every chance we get. I'm telling you, one day I'm just gonna take a screenshot of all these tweets from all these people. I had to block one dude because he just kept saying this shit, saying shit over and over again. Motherfucker had 2 followers. You trolling, bro. Oh, I'm not sure. Yes, you are. And I know it ain't nothing but the dominant society with these troll accounts that just, you know, perpetuating the same shit. Motherfucker trying to show me, this one motherfucker trying to show me excerpts from a book. And then when I posted my shit from the secret relationship, oh, well, the NOI, man, stop. The NOI, first of all, most white people don't even call the Nation of Islam the NOI. So stop it. So you're trolling too. Motherfuckers be trolling, man. This is what frustrates me the most. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and all these, they just lying. They just fucking lying. Like they just went to, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad went to sleep one day and woke up and was like, the black man is man, stop. Like, nigga just ain't do no research. So Dr. Frances Cress Welsing is just a liar. She just stop playing. Come on, man. This is documented research. Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, when he told me that shit, I was like, man, that's some real shit. I had to really, really think about that shit. Man, look at history. Man, I am reading The Dark Prince, the untold story of Alessandro de' Medici. Basically, a Moorish fucking Italian. He was a mulatto. He was a son of a Moorish slave, and his dad was Lorenzo de' Medici, El Magnifico de' Medici, an Italian, a fucking crooked ass Italian banker. That's who the fuck he was. And it was fucking slaves the whole fucking time. Even though they pretended like they couldn't stand us, but you was fucking the black women though. And then they had him, and then they didn't even want to fuck with him at first. But then when they didn't have no heir to the throne and shit, then they wanted to kind of groom him and do everything. And he had to work twice as hard as his cousin, Ippolito de' Medici. He had to work, his cousin was just I don't give a fuck you niggas. I'm gonna do it my way, cause I'm Italian, woo woo. Well, Alessandro is like, well, I know I'm black, I know I look different, so I gotta go hard. This shit been going on since the beginning of time, man. That's why I look at things and I'm always like, man, it's true. Look, man, Breonna Taylor was killed because she was black. Y'all had already been watching her apartment, and just assume it was a nigga there that was getting drugs. And you just assume. And I'm about to play the clip right now, and they just assume, and they just kicked in the door, just start dumping. You don't think that's fucking with me? These niggas can do it to me. They can do it to you. And now you dead and gone, ain't nobody even riding for her. One nigga in the NBA was riding for her though. Like, no, we need justice for Breonna Taylor. That's why we gotta get on code, man. Straight up, man. We gotta get on code. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change this shit. We need justice for Breonna Taylor. And that's it. That's what that's gonna be the title. Fuck that. This is bullshit, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. That's what I'm saying. But we still gotta get on code. And the reason why I said we gotta get on code, man, when you get around brothers and sisters, just listen to how they talk. If they willing to open and be flexible with their belief systems, don't try to tell them everything. Just give them a book to read. Like it was a sister at the corporate plantation. I know she was mad. She was pissed off and she didn't want to be there. And I said, I know you mad, sister. I was like, look, you should go read Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm saying, you read that book, I'm telling you. Just read the book, man. I'm telling you. And she was just like, what's the name of it? And I was like, or you should read the ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Just read those books. I was like, I did. It helped me a lot. It helped me a lot, but sometimes you just get pushed, and I get it. That's why I always say shout out. Nigga, I'm not finna front like I'm not. Look, matter of fact, what, we 15? I think we 15. I think we like 20% of the population. I know 12%. How can we be 12% of the population, but we 90% of the niggas in jail? Stop, man. That type of shit. That's because we don't want to educate ourselves. But motherfucker, you be around me, oh nigga, you gonna read something. You ain't just gonna be around me and we just gonna be chilling and talking. No, nigga, or you gonna get the fuck away from me. And the reason why I tell you that is because don't try to be a motherfucker proselytizing and trying to preach to somebody. Just be like, hey man, you should go read this book. And that's it. Hey, what is it about? Just give them a little synopsis of what you read and what you learned and check it out. And pull them to the side. But peep they game and see what they really on, man. Because a lot of black motherfuckers, they Sambos and shit. You tell them about that shit, that motherfucker go tell their supervisor on you and shit. The shit doesn't happen. So trust me. But I'm just saying, man, even when you're not at the court plantation, when you kicking it with the homies or whatever, hey, what you need to do is, hey, bring this shit up. Had a real dialogue. They trying to throw everything at us, man. I get it. We got the verses with Snoop and DMX, and I like that. I like that they didn't turn into a competition. They turned into a celebration. So shout out to Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, because the dominant society has created where everything is a competition. Everything is a competition. And what I don't like about it is in the record industry controlled by the white Jewish community, facts, they just put each other against each other. Lee R. Cohen was one of them. Going and you go to the Rockefeller camp and talk shit about the Rough Riders. Like, that shit is whack, man. But I couldn't dare do that in the white Jewish community. I couldn't dare go over to one business of a white Jewish person and then talk shit about, no. First of all, I wouldn't be in charge of them. It wouldn't happen. That's why I'm telling you right now, y'all gotta understand, man, these people are not your fucking friends. These people do not give a fuck about how you feel. They don't care. Donald Sterling already told us how he felt about niggas. He spoke for the white Jewish community in my eyes. Why, Warren? Because what did Adam Silver do? The commissioner. They sold the goddamn Clippers, which the Baltimore Clipper, a slave ship, to another white Jewish man. They didn't sell it to no black person. So what does that tell you? That should already tell you, man. We have been locked and boxed out of the world. They boxed us out. That's why when I was like, black labor built white wealth, some white motherfucker gonna jump in my mentions talking about on Twitter, talking about, well, where's my white wealth? Because I gotta get up and go to work. I said, nigga. And I was like, bro, you have also attached to that white wealth white privilege, which means you can get bank loans and not deal with redlining and gentrification, motherfucker, like we have to deal with. So stop it. Man, white people act like the shit don't exist. That's why I be like, bro, stop jumping in my mentions with the bullshit and trying to give me all these little facts and figures. Like this one motherfucker kept saying, oh, well, the Jewish community, they didn't finance the slave trade. I said, I never said they financed the slave trade. I said they were participants in the slave trade. I said, if I was a participant in a murder, then I'd be guilty, correct? So then why don't we hold the white Jewish community accountable? And why is everybody always jumping down the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's back because he's speaking the truth? We just trying to hold them accountable. Just like we need to hold the Catholic Church accountable and all these other motherfuckers that then built their wealth off the backs of black labor. I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of fucking seeing people riding around and getting it while I'm looking at my black brothers and sisters in fucking poverty. Like, that's gotta bother you. I know it bothers me. It bothers me when I'm on the court plantation. I just be watching. I be looking around like, nigga, the fuck? Was gonna let a code borrow my book, Black Labor White Wealth, until you said it went up in price. Okay, thank you. The paperback is like $30, but the hard copy of Black Labor White Wealth is like $500. But I didn't get the hard copy. I just got the, you know what I'm saying? I got the paperback. How do you not have that? Then a motherfucker try to troll me and tell me, oh, I read the book. How could you read Dr. Claude Anderson's book and then be having these dominant society talking points? You didn't read the book. You're lying. Then another motherfucker posted all these different books, but it was like I know he got it off Google. He posted all these different books in one little caption. Oh, I've read, and I said, those are not all books. 13th, that's a documentary by Ava DuVernay. Stop playing. Man, stop playing the bullshit, man. But here, man, I'm about to play this shit so y'all can see. So y'all can hear exactly what the fuck happened. As long as there ain't no motherfucking commercials and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this shit is crazy. Then you got the COVID-19, they throwing all these bullshit ass distractions and shit, and got you wearing this clown ass mask, breathing in your own fucking air, which is fucking deadly to your system. They don't give a fuck.
Breonna Taylor's family, the entire tragic story boils down to one question. Why were police breaking down her door in the middle of the night?
They should have never been there in the first place.
Thank you. They shouldn't have been there in the first place.
A CNN analysis finds key miscalculations, including using months-old information, led Louisville police to include Breonna Taylor in a high-risk operation targeting drug houses. Some facts are in dispute, these are not. Police raided Taylor's apartment under the suspicion she was involved with handling money and drugs for an alleged Louisville drug dealer, her ex-boyfriend Jamarcus Glover. When it was all over, police found no drugs, no money in her apartment.
So they found no drugs or no money in her apartment. So you killed her for nothing. You fucking killed her for nothing, man. This is what the fuck is going on. While y'all dumbass niggas is worried about the goddamn NBA starting and the NFL starting, which those two organizations don't give a flying fuck about no niggas. Period. Y'all worried about that. This sister got killed for no reason. And this shit should be trending on Twitter. That's why I be irritated, man, because I'm like, bro, that's why the dominant society be looking at niggas the way they look at niggas, because we easily distracted and we not on fucking code, and we'll go with whatever they give us. Now, they just kicked in her door, drew down, shot her, killed her, and then after they did their search, there was no drugs and nothing in there. Man, they knew she wasn't with that person, because before they started warrant, they've been watching her for a minute. So that means somebody was casing. They wanted to kill her. That's a motherfucking fact. They wanted to kill her, man.
Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician who worked 2 jobs, who had never been convicted of a crime, was dead, shot 5 times by police.
5 times, though.
911, Operator Harris, where is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door inside my girlfriend.
To understand how this tragedy unfolded that night, you have to come here to the door where it began, just before 1 a.m. March 13th. Officers for the Louisville Police Department arrive with a no-knock warrant, but say they did knock anyway. Sergeant John Mattingly, recorded in this police interview, admits he had limited information.
They said she was probably there alone, so we predetermined to give her plenty of time to come to the door. Banged on the door. No response. Banged on it again, no response. At that point, we started announcing ourselves, please come to the door. Please, we have a search warrant.
But that doesn't make sense, because if it's a no-knock warrant, you just kicking in the door. So that's conflicting statements. That doesn't even make sense. If it's a no-knock warrant, you just kick in the door. You didn't. Why would you serve a no-knock warrant and then knock and say police? Y'all lying. That's a fucking lie.
Inside, Breonna Taylor wasn't alone. She had just dozed off next to her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. Walker telling police the knocking, banging at the door scared them, thinking it could be Taylor's ex-boyfriend breaking in.
She's like, who is it? Loud at the top of her lungs. No response. So I'm like, what the heck? So then I grabbed my gun, which is legal, like I'm licensed to carry everything. I've never even fired my gun outside of a range. I'm scared to death.
Walker says he never heard anyone say police. Neither did multiple neighbors who spoke with CNN, including a neighbor whose door is just inches open.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'll give him that day knock, but you didn't say who you were. So if you didn't say who you were, then first of all, if you were serving a no-knock warrant, then what you knock for? Why would you do that? See, man, look, let me tell you, these people lying, man. Them police officers, they all lying.
Hey, what they heard was shouting, banging, gunshots.
The door, comes, off the hinges. So I just let off one shot. Then all of a sudden, there's a whole lot of shots. There's just shooting, we're both on the ground. And then when all the shots stop, I'm, panicking. She's right there on the ground, bleeding.
Walker said he purposely aimed his gun towards the ground. Sergeant John Mattingly was struck in the leg and was one of 3 officers who returned fire.
As soon as the shot hit, I could feel the heat in my leg. And so I just returned fire. I got 4 rounds off. And it was simultaneous. It's boom, 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 boom.
Mattingly is on administrative reassignment, along with a second officer who fired shots that night, Miles Cosgrove. The third police officer to fire his weapon, Detective Brett Hankison, was standing outside and fired 10 rounds through a closed and curtained patio door.
So they were just shooting. They didn't even know what they were shooting at. They're just shooting. They might as well just did this and started shooting. You don't even know what you're shooting at. And these are supposed to be police officers that protect and serve, and you just basically just doing this. Man, come on, man. All white Caucasian officers, by the way.
He has been fired, is appealing, but according to Louisville's police chief, his blind shooting displayed an extreme indifference.
Didn't I just say blind shooting? I didn't say blind shooting, but I covered up if you're watching this podcast, I covered up my eyes. That should let you know. I'm telling you, man.
The value of human life, which his lawyers deny.
I was asleep, and I woke up to gunshots, and it scared me as soon as I woke up, and they were just going off.
The gunshots whizzed through walls, windows. Bullet holes were found everywhere, in the kitchen, bedrooms, in a neighbor's apartment with small children nearby. Multiple neighbors called 911 asking for police, only finding out later it was the police. One of the neighbors recorded this video of Taylor's boyfriend being arrested while pleading with police to help his girlfriend bleeding inside. All charges against the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, would be dropped.
You can tell it was brutal.
Breonna Taylor's sister, Janiyah, who police apparently did not know also lived in the apartment, was out of town that night, returning to find her bedroom covered in bullets and a pool of her sister's blood.
When we had to clean up, if I could show you what it looked like in there, you would be like, wow, that is very horrific. Wrong.
Attorneys for Breonna Taylor's family say the police mistakes began well before they knocked down her door.
Sloppy intelligence, getting a no-knock warrant when it was not necessary to have a no-knock warrant.
Police got 5 warrants approved. 4 were for suspected drug dealers and suspected drug houses. Lumped into that with similar language was the warrant for Breonna Taylor's apartment. According to a source, police told the judge Taylor was Jamarcus Glover's current girlfriend, and the warrant suggests Glover was having drugs delivered to Taylor's apartment by mail to be shuttled to the crack houses. Her family says the information police had on Taylor was outdated or...
First of all, y'all going so hard on seeing where the crack houses are. Why don't y'all go hard on George W. Bush and his family and Oliver North for shipping in the goddamn crack cocaine? How the fuck is this getting here? If we don't own no boats and no ships, how the fuck is the crack cocaine getting here in the first goddamn place? Why don't y'all go do an investigation on that shit? It's like, goddamn, man. That's why I know black folk are the chosen people, because they have done everything to keep us behind the 8 ball, to keep us behind the line. Raped us, robbed us, pillaged us, redlined us, gentrified us, Jim Crowed us, lynched us. Everything under the sun. Try to genetically annihilate us, sterilize us. Need I go on? Come on, man. And y'all want to sit up here and let that clown-ass rabbi go on Nick Cannon's show and disrespect the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Well, nobody being like, well, why don't you debate him then? Fuck out of here, man.
Incorrect. She hadn't dated Glover in months. A package police say they saw Glover picking up at Taylor's apartment was likely a pair of shoes, according to the family attorney. And despite what officers were told before the raid, Breonna Taylor certainly did not live alone. The family lawsuit against police summed it up as the incredibly stale nature of this intelligence.
We just want the truth to come out. And we don't want to rush anything, and we know it's complicated.
Circuit Court Judge Mary Shaw, who signed the warrants, tells CNN in a statement she spent more than 30 minutes considering the warrant application and subsequently made the probable cause determination required of me by law. Breonna Taylor's death was a tragedy, the judge told CNN. Her death will stay with me forever.
Stay with you forever? Man, what kind of shit is that? Then if it'll stay with you forever, then why don't you find those police officers guilty and put them all in jail and put them behind bars for 25 to life? Since it'll stay with you forever. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Taylor's family wants more than sympathy and understanding. They want police officers charged with murder.
I'm sure your attorneys have told you that is hard to do in the United States.
And we don't expect it to be easy. We don't expect the truth to be easy to no one, because it's not easy to us. But we know the truth, and we're willing. We're going to fight this to the end. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she's just Breonna Taylor to y'all, but this is our family to us. This is our baby. And she's going to get the justice she deserves.
Wolf, just one of the officers involved, responded to CNN. Sergeant John Mattingly, through his attorney, says he was just following orders, not involved in the planning, and at all times followed established police procedures. Louisville, Wolf, remains on edge, waiting to find out if any of these police officers will be charged with Breonna Taylor's death.
Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You were just following orders. Nigga, following orders my ass, man. I'm tired of these clown-ass niggas talking about, oh, I'm just following orders. Man, get the fuck out of here, you lame-ass goofy. Fuck out of here, nigga. The fuck you mean just following orders? Nigga, I'm tired of that shit, man, for real. I'm just tired of the shit. I'm tired of the bullshit, man. The fuck you mean you was following orders? Nigga, so if I was a police officer and I told you, all right, well, nigga, I want you to climb, we in Las Vegas, Nevada, I want you to take an elevator all the way to the top of the stratosphere and I want you to swan dive off the top of it. Nigga, you not finna do that. And I'm gonna be like, well, that's an order. You ain't finna do that. Fuck out of here. Just like the nigga just like Derek Chauvin. The other niggas start throwing him under the bus. Oh, we were just following orders. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know that shit is wrong. That's why I think it was Chris Dorner. Yeah, he was following orders. And then he told on the bitch that was kicked the nigga in the head or some shit. Then they fired the nigga. That nigga was like, oh, okay. Y'all niggas want to fire me? All right. First of all, we got to understand what's going on with these corporate plantations. The police department, law enforcement, the NBA, the NFL, MLB, all the hockey, all shit is corporate plantations, man. They high-priced slaves. Hollywood, all of it. You already saw what they did to Nick. All Nick did was have a conversation. They act like this nigga had a public rally about fucking the Jewish community. All he did was say, well, this is what I learned. Woo, woo. They like, boom. They didn't even want to talk to him. They just fired the nigga. And was like, oh, well, and by the way, we done fatten you up, but guess what? Your services are no longer needed. I'm just very interested to see how they gonna do fucking Wildin' Out without Nick Cannon. You know what they gonna do? They gonna go get some other goofy ass. I'm telling you, if Nick Cannon is not back on Viacom, what they're going to do is they're going to get a Sambo ass nigga to take his place. Watch. Some goofy ass nigga. And it's gonna be some goofy ass nigga that'll do it. Be like, well, shit, I gotta feed my family and shit. Trust me, man, ain't no fucking loyalty when it come to money. That's why the dominant society knows they can divide niggas. That's why they know, that's why when you at the corporate plantation, you always got that one nigga that's gonna fucking kiss ass and do more work than everybody else and act like Dr. Dre in The Wash. And if you ever go watch the movie The Wash. That's how niggas act, just like Dre. They get their little opportunity and start samboing and cooning and shit. And then, you know, most niggas is like Snoop. Nigga Snoop was like, nigga, ain't this about a bitch? That's one of my favorite movies, man. For real. Because it just shows the whole, and Eminem played a great character. An insane white motherfucker. He played himself. That's why I said it's the best movie that ever came out. I'm telling you, man. You gonna serve a no-knock warrant and knock on the door and don't say who you are and then kick in the door and don't expect, well, nigga, come on, man. But that's what they fucking do. And then motherfucker talking about, oh, I was just following police orders. Man, get the fuck out of here. Then the judge who signed the fucking warrant should have been like, nah, y'all gotta give me more evidence. No, all they did was type up some bullshit. Plausible, look, reasonable suspicion. Yep. Oh, well, we suspect that he went over there to pick up drugs. Man, come on, man. And then nigga just dump it. The fuck out of here, man. Look, man. If y'all don't see that slavery is not gonna change how these people view us, then I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. Cause after I was told that, I was like, damn, that's a fact. After slavery, they already showed us how they felt. They're never gonna change that. That's exactly why, in my personal opinion, they don't want no black person to have no large following and have that type of influence and going at their community because their community has participated in the transatlantic slave trade, and the white Jewish community is guilty as well as every other dominant society's racial group is guilty for building their wealth off the backs of black labor. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's the truth. It's just motherfuckers don't want to have no dialogue because they know most niggas that had read a little bit, they gonna come with facts. Then that's when the niggas start talking about, oh, well, why you believe what you read in the book? Man, get the fuck out of here. But you believe in what you read, though. That's why I have to tell one nigga, look, I'm sorry, man, but any type of stats coming from the dominant society, I just don't believe. And the reason why I don't believe it, because when we start digging up the stats that they wrote, they don't like it. When we use their stats against them, it's false. That's why when you read this book, and I'm gonna keep posting it, go read The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks. When you read that book, the first thing a white person, especially a white Jewish person, oh, they just speak hate and all that. I said, but it's white Jewish scholars that said that shit, though. Oh, well, they misinterpret. So how do you misinterpret? So if they misinterpreted it, why would they put the reference? So then I can go get that book. Oh, well, okay, now that's not real. Man, stop, man. That's all I get on Twitter. Them motherfuckers get to fucking trying to alligator roll you into other shit. And it is so funny because that's exactly how white fragility works. They deflect. They hide. They act like it doesn't exist. Like, no, I don't see color. Like a motherfucker's talking about, gonna tell me, well, I don't see color and we're all poor and all. I was like, yeah, we're all poor, but the difference is you are white. You need to read Bacon's Rebellion. You need to go read Bacon's Rebellion, because Nathaniel Bacon was a racist motherfucker too, and he didn't like them fucking Indians, and they knew, and the white folks that was in charge was like, well, he likes being more white than dealing with them other niggas, and the Indians and the niggas. So that's when white was created. Go read Bacon's Rebellion if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Fuck it. Ah, damn, I can't remember every goddamn thing. But in Bacon's Rebellion, and Nathaniel Bacon wasn't even liked by the wife that he married, because he was known as a fucking a finesser. And Nathaniel Bacon's wife, I forgot her name, but her dad was like so mad that she married the nigga. Look, this how cold white folks was back then too. Nathaniel Bacon's wife was his father-in-law was so mad that she married this white dude, because I guess he was just on some finessing shit and some hustling shit. The dad changed the will. And in the will, he said, I'm giving my will to everybody but my daughter for marrying Nathaniel Bacon. Y'all gotta read that book, man. Bacon's Rebellion. I read that a minute ago. I probably read that like a year and a half ago, but it's a very, very good book. I'm telling you, man. That just came to mind because motherfuckers be trying to, oh, well, color don't. Man, nigga, stop. Stop letting these people give you these statistics. Don't let them alligator roll you and deflect. It's basically look at my hands and not my voice type shit, man. Stop that shit, man. Like, look, I'm telling you. When you talk to a person and they start, like if you say, well, black labor built this country. No, it isn't. It was other people. Okay, well, give me the documented history of other people that built this country during slavery. because this country didn't exist until the 1600s, when a lot of them were captured and brought over here from Africa, and there were already people already here. So with that being said, there were already people already here, and we were the ones who knew how to harvest the land and cultivate the land and build. Show me the documented history and just let them talk and be like, that's why y'all need to go read Medical Apartheid. When a motherfucker get to talking this all black people on build shit, nigga, during the slave days, white people was getting sick because they had what was called yellow fever, and they was all getting sick, but black people wasn't. And what the fuck do y'all think black people was out there doing? Working in the coal mine, working in the fucking cotton fields. And a lot of them slave masters was dying from yellow fever, and they couldn't understand why. So they started doing experiments on the goddamn slaves. Why don't you ask your boy John Sims, the motherfucker that was doing experiments on sisters and making them, just doing all kinds of shit, wasn't even giving them anesthesia or nothing so they couldn't feel the pain. Talking about, oh, they can't feel the pain anyway because they black. They don't feel no pain. That's what he was doing. Go read Medical Apartheid by Harry Washington, man. I'm telling you. Listen to a person and watch how they explain and try to give you all these statistics and be like, okay, so, let them just be like, oh, well, y'all didn't build, be like, the economic base of the United States of America was created off the backs of black labor. That's it. That's all you need to say. You don't need to get them, and they're gonna be like, why? The textile industry, the prison industrial complex, cotton, of all those things they made money off of. What do you fucking mean? We were the economic engine behind building the goddamn United States of America Incorporated. Stop playing the bullshit games, man. But they'll deflect and start talking and get like, that's what I said, bro. I said the white Jewish community has benefited greatly from the transatlantic slave trade and from slavery. This motherfucker started talking about fucking numbers and they didn't fund the ships and they didn't fund the transatlantic slave trade. I'm like, I just kept saying, what does that have to do with slavery building the wealth of this country? Then there's all these other facts. So then like I said, I posted a couple of pages out of the Nation of Islam's The Secret Relation. Oh, the NIY. I said, okay. I said, but let's just break it down in layman's terms. The white Jewish community, as I just said previously, is guilty for participating in the slave trade, correct? Oh, well, they only own 1%. 1%, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doesn't matter how many percentage of slaves they own. They own them. And those slaves worked for them to build their wealth. You're trying to do everything but just say, you're right. If we're talking about that, you're right. Because that's all I was talking about. So you got to stick on the point. Because these motherfuckers that take you on a goddamn alligator roll and fuck with you and do, man, stop the bullshit, man. I say, hey, bro, you're deflecting. The white fragility is damn near toxic. Oh, well, I'm not deflecting. I'm like, yes, you are. I'm talking about if you owned one slave and that one slave worked for you for years and years and years and plowed and did, that's building your wealth. What are you talking about, nigga? And then motherfucker try to break it down. Oh, well, they only own 1%. I said, whether they own 1% or 100%, they still own slaves and they still participated in the transatlantic slave trade, which they were selling, trading, and owning slaves, correct? So that makes them guilty, which means they need to be held accountable, no matter if it was their ancestors. So what does that mean? Then I said, and he was like, well, where's their wealth at? I said, so we're not going to say that the Federal Reserve is not owned by the elite Jewish bankers like Mayer M. Rothschild? Oh, those are conspiracy theories. I said, yeah, says the CIA, who coined the term conspiracy theory to get motherfuckers thinking when you think outside the box that you're crazy. Stop playing see, it's all these deflections and alligator rolls. That's why that nigga that was on Nick Cannon's show, it's like, well, nigga, what are you talking about? You sound like a fucking clown right now. And you keep talking shit about fucking Farrakhan, and because they got Nick Cannon under the gun, so he can't really say what he want to say. See, they know what they doing. That's why after Nick Cannon do this, we gonna need you, Nick, to just go and just move out the way and just handle your business and stack your paper and just let it fall back, man. Because what they gonna try to do is make a mockery out of Nick Cannon. and make an example out of him as well. Like, yeah, if y'all niggas talk against us, we gonna maim you, tar and feather you, and we gonna deplete the funds from you where you can't afford to feed nobody. That's basically what they gonna do. That's why all these niggas are apologizing. So stop believing in the celebrity to help you out and do the research for yourself. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, man, go read the books. And understand, be on code, man, because these motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Like Ghislaine Maxwell, this bitch was taking pussy the whole time with Jeffrey Epstein. Ain't nobody saying shit about this bitch. This bitch is a fucking child molester. She's a pedophile. Ain't nobody saying shit about this white woman. Nothing. I heard nobody say nothing about her. Nothing at all. No black person has come out and been like, hey, damn, y'all was going hard on R. Kelly, but y'all ain't saying nothing about this white woman. Come on, man. Wake up. Understand what it is, man. If you out there handling business, cool. But if you out there fucking caping and fucking taking up for the dominant society and talking about you don't see no fucking race and you don't see no color, you ain't never dealt with racism like Terry Cruz's clown ass, guilty nigga, I'm out. Peace.